This is the RAWM SA-SH01 Pro gaming mouse. It's another wireless mouse with a familiar shape, has the latest sensor, and supports higher polling rates. But are these features and its specifications enough to make you get one? Let's find out. Just a quick disclaimer, MechKeys sent this gaming mouse for us to try and experience it. Rest assured that all views and opinions in this video are my own, and this will be an honest review. Inside the box, you'll have a user manual, a mouse feet set and some grip tapes, a USB-A to USB-C cable for charging and wired mode connection, a USB extender, the 8K dongle receiver, and the gaming mouse itself. The RAWM SA-SH01 has two versions, the standard and Pro versions. Basically, the differences between the two are their weight, sensor, 8K dongle inclusion, and their battery capacities. And like I said earlier, the SH01 Pro is another wireless gaming mouse with a familiar shape. The shape of this mouse is the same as the Razer Viper. Actually, some content creators are saying it's a Viper V3 Pro Mini clone. As of the making of this video, there's no such mouse as Viper V3 Pro Mini. And I think the most tangible comparison we can do as of now is to compare it with the Razer Viper Mini. With all the RVM clones or RVM-like mice I've tried before, this is the closest one so far. The button design, the dimensions and shape, it looks and feels like the Viper Mini. Even the finger grooves are quite the same with the RVM. But there are obvious differences as well, like for example the position of the side buttons and the scroll wheel. And having this size and shape, the SH01 Pro is good for smaller hands. If you have the same hand size as mine, 18.5 by 9.5 centimeters, the best possible grip style you can use is fingertip. Palming the mouse is good too, but I'm having a hard time using the claw grip. And as we all know, how we grip or use the mouse varies. I just shared mine for reference. And regarding its weight, the SH01 Pro weighs 58 grams on my scale. For some people, 58 grams is heavy, while others think it's just fine. For me, it's fine. I have no issues or concerns with regards to its weight. And aside from that, the weight distribution seems to be leaning towards the front rather than the back. According to the specification sheet, the SH01 Pro has a skin-like coating. It feels slippery when you have dry hand. However, as you use the mouse and your hand starts to sweat or your hand starts to heat, it will be grippy. It also doesn't feel plastic. It feels somewhat rubbery. To be honest, I like the coating of this mouse and I think this has a better implementation of the skin-like coating compared to the other mice I've tried before with the same feature. As I mentioned earlier, battery capacity is one of the differences between the two versions. The SH01 Pro has 300 mAh battery capacity. As of the making of this video, I was able to record 20 to 24 hours of wireless usage while connected using the 2K polling rate. And in terms of charging time, I was able to record 2 hours. Furthermore, the SH01 Pro has PTFE mouse skates. Its skates do not need a break-in period and there's no grinding when gliding it. So for the performance of the skates are okay and they are smooth enough for my liking. However, I only tried it on cloth pads. The performance of the mouse might be different on glass pads or other types of mouse pads. Like I mentioned earlier, the SH01 Pro supports up to 8K polling rate. Both dongles for 8K and 1K are already included in the package, unlike most gaming mice with higher polling rates. Testing this mouse, I was able to connect via the 2K polling rate as my setup cannot handle 4K polling rate and above. So far, I had no issues connecting this mouse either on 1K or 2K polling rates. And another good thing that I experienced using this mouse is its build quality. It's solid and my unit has no creaking, clicking, or flexing sounds. Here's a quick demo. As for its sensor, the SH01 Pro has PAW3950, but for the standard version, the sensor is PAW3395. For me, this is a good separation of the Pro from the standard version. In other flagship mice I've tried before, polling rate and the battery separate the Pro from its standard version. And so far, my unit has no sensor-related issues. I haven't encountered any jittering or such. One of the features of SH01 Pro are its hot swap switches. At first glance, you will not see any ports or holes for the switches. You need to open the mouse and from there you can plug the switches and change it. To open the mouse, you need to unscrew the screws underneath the bottom skate, and upon opening, you'll see a pair of mono green shell white dots. Now if we inspect both main clickers, they have pre and post travel. They also have minimal side wobbling as well. In addition, I don't feel any switch grinding on my unit. Both main clickers are also responsive from tip to center, which in my opinion is a good thing. And just like the clickers, you'll notice pre and post travel as well on each side button. As for its scroll wheel, this gaming mouse has an F switch encoder. So far, it's not stiff when scrolling and it's not hard when pressing it. By the way, here's a quick sound test of the gaming mouse. And regarding its software, it can be accessed via a downloadable software or via the browser. This gives us flexibility in fine-tuning this gaming mouse. And just like most gaming mice application, you can adjust the settings like the DPI, polling rate, and debounce time. For its DPI setting, the lowest value you can set is 50, while the increments are set by 50s as well. You can also optimize the wireless mode, toggle the motion sync, and adjust the LOD. As of the making of this video, the price of SH01 Pro on MechKeys is $60 because of their current promotion. Once the promotion is done, the price will be around $70. By the way, I posted some links below. Feel free to check it out in case you're interested. Overall, the RAWM SA-SH01 Pro is another option if you're looking for a new gaming mouse with the latest sensor and higher polling rate. Other than that, it has good build quality and decent switches. The weight is just fine, and for me, it sits in the middle. It's not too heavy and not too light. But what I like the most is its shape. I'm a big fan of RVM, and having a mouse with the same shape yet wireless is really dope. But I'm not a fan of its hot swap feature. Opening the mouse is a tedious process, and there's a possibility of assembling it back incorrectly. For me, the Incot G23 Pro has the best implementation of hot swap switch feature. It's easy to swap switches and you don't need to worry about opening the mouse. Now, to answer our lingering question, are its features and specifications enough to make you get one? My answer is yes. For me, it's really the shape that made me say yes. The latest sensor, build quality, hot swap switches, and higher polling rate are just bonuses. And so far, this is the best RVM clone I've tried. And that's it guys, we have reached the end part now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Happy New Year everyone, and wishing you guys a prosperous 2025. Till our next video, goodbye.